Yeah, I mean, just the setting that it's in, the alternate universe, the landscape that this kind of classic story kind of exists in makes it unique, I think. The fact that it's, there's two worlds, which is something that you've never kind of seen before, each with its own gravitational pull, and the worlds are kind of close enough that they can sort of see each other and have a relationship with each other. Just so the whole kind of, the fantasy landscape which these two characters kind of exist in makes it, totally unique, I think, but actually based in a very sort of classical kind of way.
And they end up changing the universe in a way too by the end. I mean, Juan for both of us, he is so incredible, and he is truly a visionary, and meeting with him and getting to know him and seeing his previous work, I knew that he was going to make something very special, and I really wanted to be a part of that.
Yeah, same. I mean, it was just like what you said, really. It was just, you kind of read the screenplay, and it felt like a very kind of classical fairy tale, a fairy tale that you maybe should have been told as a kid. And then, it was hard to kind of get a grasp of what it was going to look like visually. So piece by piece, it started to get more and more exciting, So the screenplay came across as a really unique sort of love story, but very classic in its kind of core. And then they sort of sent me some imagery of what the film was going to look like. And then it was once I met Juan who basically, explained that this had all come to him in a vision and a dream, and that he really wanted to kind of bring this vision to life and make a film of it. And just to sort of be around him, and you really got a sense that he was, an exciting guy to kind of work with and a true kind of artist, So that, it just got more and more exciting as we kind of, and then I found out Kirsten was going to be, playing Eden, and then it just got more and more kind of exciting, and a film that I definitely wanted to be a part of.
I mean, for me, sometimes with green screen, it's a little difficult to wrap your head around the core emotion of the scene and like what story we're really telling. Sometimes it gets disorienting sometimes, but for me the hardest part was learning the tango. Like those were my classes. Poor Jim had to hang upside down for 15 minutes for a scene, but I got to learn how to dance. But it was hard to learn the tango. It's a very complicated dance.
I was amazed because, I mean, it was my first kind of, green screen, CGI, fantasy kind of, film that I'd never done anything like that before. And I was amazed at how much, and I think that had come from Juan, he was really adamant that he wanted to bring as much life into the film as possible. And I was amazed that, they actually build a lot of these sets, and, there's a lot to kind of use and to play with from an acting point of view. There were certain days where it was just nothing but green screen, but I mean, I'd say 70% of the film, they gave you enough. They built you these incredible sets. They built the forest in the studio, the ground zero that was all built. It was so I was actually like blown away by how much they kind of how much reality they try and give you to kind of play with.